Matthew chapter 11. And it came to pass, when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in the prison the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, and do we look for another? Jesus answered and said unto them, Go and show John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. Verse 6. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. And as they departed, Jesus began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness to see? What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare the way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, He hath a devil. Verse 19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous, and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. Woe unto thee, Chorazin! Woe unto thee, Bethsaida! For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. At that time Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. 28, chapter 11, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. This is verse 29. Take my yoke. First in 28 he says, come unto me, and all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I will give you rest. Take my yoke, Y-O-K-E, not yet Y-O-L-K like egg yolk, Y-O-K-E, upon you. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Why does Jesus have a yoke? Huh? For more on this, please see Bill Donahue's, not Phil Donahue, Bill Donahue on YouTube. Bill Donahue from New Jersey. A great decoder of the Bible, of the allegory of the Bible, the symbolic book of your body. See his video called We Are Electrical Appliances. I wrote it down here in the dictionary. I wrote it down on the last page here, 619. We are electrical appliances. Bill Donahue. So why does Jesus say, take my yoke? I'm gonna have to do I might go into this word sorted in a little while, but I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna get that done today, because it ties in with mercenary and mercury and merchandise, merchants, commerce, merce. Let's go to yoke in the dictionary, Y-O-K-E. Because Jesus says to take my yoke, and he was going to give you rest. What's he talking about? Y-O-K-E. Why does he use a word like that? W-X-Y-Z. Where's Y? I just found the... very few Y words, it looks like. Yeah, not a lot of Y's. Why? Y, homophone with W-H-Y, as in the question. Why? What for? What for? Okay, so yolk, Y-O-L-K, which is the yellow substance of an egg, the vital or essential part of anything, the second definition. Right above it, yokel, Y-O-K-E-L, a rustic, an awkward person, a yokel. Then Y-O-K-E, one, a noun, a contrivance for fastening together the necks of two draft animals, as oxen, two bulls, parables. Jesus speaks in parables, pair of bulls, in the Bible, double. 2, the Old and New Testaments. 2, anything resembling a yoke in form or use, anything resembling a contrivance for fastening together the necks of two draft animals, as oxen. The Aleph, alpha, A, letter A, that means ox. Aleph in Phoenician, which is what Jesus says he is, right? In Revelations, Alpha, Omega, Aleph, Beta, alphabet, the letters. 3, something that binds or holds parts together, like the binding of the book. 4, servitude, slavery. Yoke means servitude and slavery. Verb, put a yoke on, couple, link, join. Yoke, what word means straight up yoke? Let's see if they have it in here. They do. Yep, right above yogurt and yogi, yoga. a Hindu aesthetic philosophy. That's just the definition. And then a yogi, one who practices or teaches yoga. Well, guess what? Look up the etymology. Look up the etymology of yoga. Y-O-G-A. It means Y-O-K-E. It means to join. And Y and J are the same. There was no J before Latin. It was Y. Yoga is yoke. Jesus says, take my yoke, take my rest. He's a yogi. He's teaching yoga. Yoda. Star Wars. Yoda. Joda. Matthew 6:22 we need to go to now to really hit this home that we're dealing. Christ is Krishna when he's teaching yoga. We got to go to 6:22. Matthew, which means gift of God. 6:22. We're gonna hit it home. Jesus is a yogi. He's a manual. He's an instruction manual. He's a picture of how to be enlightened. He's instructing you on how to get enlightened, lit up, like a light bulb, right? Where's my light bulb? I don't have my light bulb sitting around here for a good illustration. Oh well. So Matthew 6:22. The light of the body is the eye. For 21 he says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. In 20 he says, but you lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, in your head and your heart, the intangibles, treasures, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. 22, Matthew 6:22, the light of the body, of the book, the biology, Bible book with the binding spine, the light of the body or the book is the eye, the pineal gland, pineal in the midbrain, the little pine cone, the third eye in yoga, the eye of Shiva, discernment. If therefore thine eye be single, if your eye is one, sing L, thy whole body, your whole body shall be full of light. So he says, take my yoke and practice the single eye. He says, but if thine eye be evil, 23, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. Meaning if your eye is double, if you're seeing with the two eyes, all you see is lies, evil. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? 24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and what? Mammon. You cannot have two masters. You cannot serve at the same time God and Mammon. Who's Mammon? Mammon would be this, money. Mammon, Dis, Hades, Pluto. We are electrical appliances, and just like electrical appliances, we can short circuit if we're getting too much currency. If you're getting too much electricity, too much charge in your brain, too much left brain, too much thinking, too much linear, too much red, not enough blue over here, which is the devil, the double, the Isis of Isis, the right hemisphere, and the corpus callosum would be the Red Sea, which you have to part and cross to get to the red, to the blue and the Isis, to calm down this raging inferno of thought over here, the racing thought, vicious circles of thoughts. Need to get into intuition and to balance out this one. And this is what people are not taught in this society because they're not taught yoga and they're not told Jesus is a yogi. They don't take the mild yoke. They just believe what they're told. They don't meditate. Jesus says to meditate. There's no devils inside you waiting to be released.